This is Andi Purewal, Boxing Social in association with Betfred. We're at Wembley for day 2 of press conferences, and I'm joined by former world champion Anthony Crolla. Anthony, firstly, how are you?
Andy, I'm good, mate. Good fight week. Good few beers with you last night. No, it's good. I'm all good, mate. And it's doing you around and you're on the pitch there beside you. It cranks up a little bit, and you get, as a fan, the fan in you, you get excited for it, and I can't wait for Saturday night now.
I just want to elaborate. I was on the orange juices last night, so I don't know what you were on about. Obviously, getting ready for a big one on Saturday night. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. First, just go back to yesterday, the interactions just before the face-off between Dillian Whyte and John Fury. What did you take away from it? Well, not take away from it. What did you make of it?
Well, do you know what I did? I did take away from it that Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte have got an awful lot of respect for each other. It was mad that you wouldn't have expected those two to be the ones calming everything down, and because obviously there was this far away from each other and no security was out or out like that. I don't think I'd fancy stepping in the way of those two, but they was calming it down and doing the usual with the pitches and stuff, and I thought they shown a lot of class. But listen, you don't know what's been said in the build-up between John, Dean, something's been said or someone said, so yeah, a bit of tension and stuff like that. But listen, there was, like you say, I think between the main thing is between Tyson and Dillian, very respectful. We'll see what happens at the weigh-in tomorrow, but yeah.
It was very respectful, as you say, between the pair of them. Did that surprise you that maybe there wasn't more of kind of a back and forth?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think with Tyson, never ever be surprised. And even in my head, I was thinking, I wonder, like everyone's going on about mind games, I wonder if Tyson's thought, no, I want to be dead nice to him here. So then Dillian was probably a bit like, didn't really expect this. But I've said it before, away from the cameras, there'll be a lot of respect between those two. Like they go way back. I know they've talked about sparring in the past, and it was a nice touch what Tyson says. Do you know about you'd imagine we'd both be here, years later. So no, it was a bit surprising though, yeah.
Anthony, how are you expecting this fight to play out? We saw the workout. Tyson adopted a southpaw stance throughout his. So what are you actually expecting to see?
Wouldn't be surprised. Tyson's a good southpaw. I think you remember the night with Derek Chisora. Everyone will have a tough night with Derek. That night, Tyson dealt with Derek as good as anyone ever has done. From a southpaw stance, which shocked a lot of people. But I've seen him a few times from that stance and he looks well doing it. But then does Tyson now put it on Dillian like the Kronk way? The Kronk way, Sugar Hill's been saying coming for the knockout, we always train for the KO. So he might go about in a different way, being skillful, switch hitting, but he might just put it on Dillian. But as for the fight itself, you're saying how do I see it going? I think Dillian looks nice and trim. But I think will play, be an advantage for him because I think he'll be looking to be fast. I believe he will land at some point, and I think he'll get a reaction out of Tyson. But I just believe around between 6 and 8, Tyson will get the job done. But like I said, along the way, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes 1 or 2, gets buzzed along the way, because Dillian hits hard enough for to get any heavyweight's respect.
In the build-up to a lot of Dillian's fights, especially at this elite level now, people mention the left hook that he possesses. Do you think they overlook the rest of his artillery, as it were?
I think he hits well to the body. I think everyone just looks for that, left hook. No, he hits hard with either hand, and listen, you can look at it and think, listen, if Tyson managed to take the shots of Deontay Wilder, one of the biggest punchers the heavyweight division's ever seen, then surely you can take Dillian's, but it doesn't work like that, as we know. One punch can change anything in boxing, and certainly that's the case in the heavyweight division.
Right, we'll leave that there. No, we won't leave that there. One fight I was trying to ask you about, which has just been announced last night, Ricky Hatton versus Marco Antonio Barrera. Obviously, your fellow Mancunian. What do you make of that?
Listen, well, it's an exhibition, isn't it? I'll be honest on that. I don't know the ins and outs of it yet, which I think everyone's still waiting to see. And listen, it's not matter. It's the two mates, and I don't know if it's like. I think it's sort of to inspire people to, stay fit as they're getting older and stuff like that. And it's sort of showing a bit of, Ricky's had his well-documented troubles, mental health, something like that. So if it spreads the word for people suffering like that, then great. But obviously it's not, a proper bout. And listen, Barrera as well is getting on. You don't want to be seeing either, taking any big shots or all like that. Listen, I idolise the man. What Ricky done, he inspired a generation. I think any Manchester lad, any young British fighter at the time wanted to be that next Ricky Hatton. But yeah, we'll see. I think we'll see how it's unfolding, what exactly the event is and what it's for and stuff. But hopefully some good money's raised for good causes.
And would you ever consider an exhibition bout for yourself a few years down the line? Maybe get yourself and Salt Bay in the ring? Your look-alike?
Yeah, and Mate, I'd maybe something like that. But no, do you know what it is, Andy? I think I said it to you before. I don't know, it's laziness. I stay half fit. I've not like piled on weight, but I just can't do a 3-minute round no more without after a minute just walking away. I think that's enough for me. So, yeah, about doing an actual camp and stuff like that, it's no, not for me.
Well, we'll leave that there now. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day finally. Thank you.
It's good to see you, man.